Hi everyone, welcome back to Radical Chemistry. On this channel, I teach 11th and 12th chemistry topics. If you are preparing for NEET or JEE means, these lectures are going to be very useful for you. If you have visited this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. Fine, from the last two videos, we are learning the resonance, we are studying the resonance. In the previous video, we have learned how to write the order of stability for resonating structures. We have also seen the stability of resonating structure for few examples. In this particular video, we are going to learn how to write the resonating structures for other three categories, that is pi and negative charge in conjugation, pi and lone pair in conjugation, and pi and free radical in conjugation. Yes, we are going to see the examples and also we are going to solve previous year questions, right? In this particular video, I'm going to start with mesomeric effect as well. Fine, let's start with the examples now. So when a pi bond and negative charge are in conjugation, they exhibit a resonance. When a molecule has pi and negative charge in conjugation, they exhibit resonance. We are going to see the example. First one is the nitrate ion, where nitrogen is bonded to 3 oxygen atoms. 2 oxygen atoms are in negative charge. Yes, they have formed only single bonds, and 1 oxygen has formed double bond. So the nitrogen will gain a positive charge on it. Fine, we are going to write the resonating structure. Now this negative charge will shift towards this bond, and these pi electrons will shift towards the oxygen atom. Yes. Now this is the second resonating structure. For forming the third resonating structure, this negative charge is shifting towards this bond and forms a pi bond. And these pi electrons are shifted back towards the oxygen atom. Now this particular oxygen atom is gaining a negative charge. Yes. This is the new pi bond formed. You can see there are 3 resonating structures for a nitrate ion, where in every resonating structure 2 oxygen atoms are having the negative charge on them, and the other oxygen atom is forming a pi bond with nitrogen atom, right? So the resonance hybrid for nitrate ion would be, see, you can see the resonance throughout the molecule. You can see the resonance all over the molecules. So the resonance hybrid is represented like this. From this you can understand every oxygen atom is forming a pi bond in one or the other resonating structure. In this particular resonating structure, you can see this oxygen is forming pi bond. In the second resonating structure, this oxygen is forming pi bond. In this resonating structure, this oxygen is forming a pi bond. So the electrons are moving all over the molecule. Now the delta positive, the electropositivity will be on the nitrogen atom. Yes, partial negative charge will be on the oxygen atoms, right? So these are the resonating structures for nitrate ion, and you can see all the 3 resonating structures are similar. They are looking similar, and the atoms on which the charges are present are also same. So the energy of all the resonating structures will be same. The energy of all resonating structures will be same. So the stability will be same for all the 3 resonating structures. Yes, stability is same for all the 3 resonating structures. We'll see one more example in this category. This is the diazomethane molecule, diazomethane. This was asked in the 2009 paper, and in the question they have given 4 resonating structures. They have given the 4 resonating structures and have asked to write the order of stability. They've asked to write the order of stability. So we will see the structures here and write the stability order. Okay, so in the previous video we have learned 4 rules. We have studied them, which are going to help us in arranging resonating structures. The first rule is maximum number of bonds. The resonating structure which is forming maximum number of bonds will be stable. Yes, in this first structure there are 2 pi bonds. Yes, there are 2 pi bonds. We are counting the pi bonds because the single bonds are same. The sigma bonds are same in all the 4 resonating structures. In the second resonating structure, you can see only 1 pi bond. Yes, and in the third resonating structure, you can see 2 pi bonds. 2 pi bonds between the 2 nitrogen atoms. In the fourth resonating structure, you can see one pi bond. So from this you can see first and third resonating structures are more stable than the second and fourth one. So we'll separate 1, 3 and 2, 4. Yes, the 1, 3 are more stable. Now between 1 and 3, which is more stable, we are going to see. So by applying the first rule, we are not able to differentiate between 1 and 3. Now we'll apply the second rule, which says the neutral species are more stable than the charged species. But 1 and 3, both the resonating structures are charged one. So we are going to apply the third rule, which says the unlike charges should be closer to each other and the like charges should be far from each other. In both the structures, you can see the positive charge and negative charge are next to each other. In this particular option also, you can see the negative charge and positive charge are next to each other. So you come to the fourth rule now. What is the fourth rule? Fourth rule says negative charge on an electronegative atom and positive charge on electropositive atom species are more stable. Yes, in the both the first and the third option, you can see the positive charge on nitrogen atom. The only difference is the negative charge here. In the first option, you can see the negative charge on nitrogen atom. In the third option, you can see negative charge on carbon atom. So, which atom is the more electronegative here? As you go from left to right in a periodic table, the electronegativity increases, right? The electronegativity increases. So the nitrogen is towards right of the carbon atom. So nitrogen will have greater electronegativity. So it can bear the negative charge on it. So the first option will be more stable. Yes, the first option is more stable than the third one. And comparing the second and fourth one now. These two options are less stable than the first and three. So by applying the first rule, we could not differentiate between 2 and 4. Now coming to the second rule, which says neutral species are stable, but there is no neutral species. Then coming to the third rule, it says like charges should be far from each other, unlike should be closer to each other. Both have same distance. Both the options have same distance between the unlike charges. So you can't apply the third rule also here. So you can apply the fourth rule to differentiate between 2 and 4 options. You can see in this second option the electron negative atom bearing the negative charge. In the fourth option, carbon is bearing the negative charge. So which is more stable? The more electron negative atom bearing the negative charge is more stable. So the second option would be more stable compared to the fourth. Yes, this is the order. So this is the order of stability. This would be the answer, right? So this was asked in the IIT paper 2009. So most of the times when the question is regarding resonance, they preferably ask about the stability of resonating structures. So practice more examples on this concept, right? Next we'll see the other category where pi bond and a free radical are in conjugation with each other. The example is, so this is our example. We have to write the resonating structures for this molecule and also write their stability order, right? So what are the conjugating positions here? This is the first conjugating position, radical. There are 3 pi bonds in conjugation. So there are 4 conjugating positions. That means 4 resonating structures you would obtain. This is the first resonating structure. The carbon which is bearing a free radical is an electron deficient carbon. So it would withdraw the electrons from the system. It would withdraw the electrons. It will pull away the electrons from the resonating system. So when the electrons are moving, these pi electrons are cleaved. They are cleaved homolytically. So one electron goes to this bond and the other electrons goes to this carbon atom. So when a resonating structure is forming, the ortho carbon will gain a radical. Yes, and there would be a new pi bond with the benzyl group, and in the next resonating structure, this particular pi bond is breaking homolytically. This is breaking homolytically, and this particular carbon is getting the radical. Now this radical and this radical form a bond, form a pi bond, and the para carbon is gaining a radical here. It is getting the radical here, and these are the pi bonds. Yes, in the next resonating structure, this particular pi bond is breaking homolytically. Yes, the new pi bond is formed between the meta and the para position here, and the ortho position, the ortho carbon will gain the radical. Yes, after that, breaking this pi bond homolytically we will be getting the first resonating structure. We will get the first resonating structure again. Yes, this is our first resonating structure again. So we have got 4 resonating structure in total. Fine. Now what shall we do? We'll write the resonating hybrid here. Yes, the delocalization is within the benzene molecule and also with the benzyl group. And these two ortho positions and the para position are getting the partial free radical nature. Yes, and the benzyl carbon also getting a partial free radical nature. This is the resonance hybrid. Now we'll see their stability. We'll see the stability of resonating structures. We'll apply the first rule, which is the structure having maximum number of bonds are stable. In all the 4 resonating structure, the number of pi bonds are same. Yes, 3 pi bonds, 3 pi bonds, 3 pi bonds, and 3 pi bonds. So we'll come to the second category where the neutral species are more stable than the charged or dipolar species. In all the 4 resonating structures, the one carbon is bearing a free radical. So you can't differentiate them. We'll come to the third rule where the unlike charges should be closer to each other and the like charges should be far from each other. You can't see any positive charge or negative charge. You can see only one radical throughout the system. You can't differentiate the stability of these structures using the third rule. We'll go to the fourth rule, which says the electronegative atom bearing negative charge and electropositive atom bearing positive charge are stable. But you can't see any charges on this structure. So all these resonating structures have equal stability. They have equal stability, equal energy, right? So they all have the equal stability and equal energy. I'll give one example for homework. Okay, I'll give very simple one. You can try this at home. I will give the answer in our next video. Fine. So this is the example. Take it as a homework. Try to do this one and also try to arrange them according to their stability. And I will give the answer in our next video. So you can compare them. And we'll see the next type of conjugation. Here pi and a lone pair are in conjugation. Pi bond and lone pair are in conjugation. So we'll do one example in this category. So this is our example, aniline, right? This is the first resonating structure. What are the conjugating positions here? The lone pair and nitrogen and these 3 pi bonds are in conjugation. So there are 4 conjugating positions and there would be 4 resonating structures. Now this lone pair of electrons and nitrogen would be donated towards the resonating system, right? And the nitrogen would form double bond with the benzene ring and it would form a double bond with the benzene ring and gain a positive charge on it, right? And this particular pi bond is shifting towards the ortho position and the ortho carbon will gain the negative charge, right? And these are the pi bonds. And now this negative charge is shifting towards this bond and these pi electrons are shifting towards the para carbon. Now para carbon will gain the negative charge, right? This is the new pi bond. Now from the para carbon the negative charge is shifting towards this bond and these pi electrons are shifting towards the ortho carbon. Ortho carbon is gaining the negative charge, right? And the 2 pi bonds in these positions, right? So this is the fourth resonating structure. This is the fourth resonating structure. And the movement of electrons from this position would give the first resonating structure. Fine. Now we'll write the resonating hybrid for this molecule. Yes, the delocalization of electrons are happening within the benzene molecule and with the NH2 group as well. So this is the resonance hybrid and you can see partial negative charge on ortho positions and the para position and you can see the partial positive charge on nitrogen atom. Yes, now we'll see their order of stability. we'll apply the first rule, which says maximum number of bonds will form the stable structure. All the four structures are, sorry, this is 2, this is the second structure. All the four resonating structures have same number of pi bonds, 3, 3, 3 and 3. So you can't apply first rule. And coming to the second, neutral species are more stable. First resonating structure have neutral nature, and the remaining 3 resonating structures have charges on them, both positive and negative charges. So the first resonating structure is more stable than the remaining 3. And coming to the third rule, which says the unlike charges should be close to each other and the like charges should be far from each other. You can see in all these 3 resonating structures, you can see the unlike charges. You can see a positive charge and a negative charge. So in this second resonating structure, there is one atom between the negative charged atom and the positively charged atom. So there is a one atom between. In this particular resonating structure, you can see 1, 2, 3. There are 3 atoms which are separating the positively charged atom and a negatively charged atom, right? So there are 3 atoms in between. In this particular resonating structure, you can see one atom which is separating negative and positive charge, right? We'll try to apply the fourth rule on second and fourth resonating structures, right? Between these 3 resonating structures, the third resonating structure is the least stable. Third is the least stable. Now we have to find the order of stability between second and fourth one. They're definitely more stable than the third one. So to differentiate them, we'll apply the fourth rule, which is positive charge on electropositive atom, negative charge on electronegative atom are stable. But in the both resonating structures, the positive charge is on nitrogen, negative charge is on carbon. So we can't differentiate using the fourth rule, right? So by this we can say second and fourth resonating structures are having the same stability. So this is the order of their stability. Fine, with this we have finished the examples regarding the stability. Now we'll summarize the 4 rules. These are the 4 rules which are helping us to find the stability. I have repeated them several times in this video and in the previous video as well. I think by now you have understood these rules, right? You can see this example. Here the maximum number of bonds is in this resonating structure. So this is more stable than this one. And in this particular example, this is the neutral species and this is charged one. So this is more stable. Coming to the charge separation, I have already said like charges should be far from each other, unlike should be closer to each other, right? And coming to this rule, in this resonating structure, the negative charge is on oxygen atom. So this is stable resonating structure, right? This is the resonating structure for carboxylic acid. So this is the molecule which you are writing the resonating structure. So to obtain a negative charge on oxygen atom, the electron should move towards the oxygen atom. Then only you gain the negative charge on oxygen atom, which is a stable resonating structure. Instead of that, if you have moved these pi electrons towards the carbon atom, then you would get a negative charge on carbon atom. Then that resonating structure would not be stable because the electropositive atom is gaining a negative charge and the electronegative atom is gaining a positive charge. That would be a most unstable resonating structure. Fine. Now these are the 4 rules and this is all about the resonance. We'll do one more example, the last example. This is the last example we are going to do before getting into the mesomeric effect. This was asked in 2007 question paper. So they have given 4 options and have asked to write the order of stability in increasing order, right? Now we'll apply the 4 rules and see. First rule is maximum number of bonds, 2 pi bonds, 2 pi bonds in second option, 2 pi bonds and 2 pi bonds. In every structure you can see 2 pi bonds. So first rule is not valid in this example, and we'll go to the second rule which says neutral species are more stable than charged one. You can't see any neutral species in these 4 options. Then go to the third option where like charges should be far from each other, unlike charges should be closer to each other, right? In the first option, negative and positive, they are close to each other. They are unlike charges and they are close to each other, right? It is fine. Here, positive and negative charges, this is also fine. But you can see a positive and a positive like charges next to each other. So this would be highly unstable. Yes. And then coming to the second option, you can see positive and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. All the unlike charges are next to each other. So this would be stable following the third rule. Yes. And coming to the third option, positive, negative, positive, negative. Yeah, this is also a stable option. And coming to the fourth option, you can see positive and a negative charge next to each other. And this negative charge is very far from this positive charge. So due to the large separation of these charges, this is less stable than second and third option. The option which is least stable is 1. And then comes the fourth one. Yes, now we have to see the second and third options, which is more stable one. In both the second and third options, you can see the unlike charges are closer to each other. The unlike charges are closer to each other, right? But when comparing to the second option, third option has a little gap between this negative charge and a positive charge. There is two atoms lying between these two charges, right? So the second option would be highly stable than the third one. So here the third option is less stable than the second option. Now this is the order. Now this is the stability order for these four options, right? Now these are the types of questions which are going to be asked in the examination, right? We have done a lot of examples regarding this. Now we will step into the mesomeric effect. Yes. So what is a mesomeric effect? So I have told in the starting of resonance that there is a slight difference between resonance and mesomeric effect. So the resonance is delocalization of electrons, right? And you can define the mesomeric effect as donating or withdrawing the electrons. Withdrawing the electrons through resonance. Electrons through resonance using groups or atoms. So basically that mesomeric effect is an effect of a group or atom. Effect of a group or an atom which is not a carbon atom. So all the groups or atoms which are not the carbon atoms, when they are donating or withdrawing the electrons through resonance, they are showing this mesomeric effect. So for a molecule to show mesomeric effect, it should have resonance. For a molecule to show mesomeric effect, it should have resonance, and it should also have a group or an atom which is donating or withdrawing the electrons from the resonance, right? I'll explain with an example. Suppose this is a resonating system, right? Now there is a halogen atom attached to this resonating system. Now this atom will either donate the electrons or it will withdraw the electrons from the resonating system. If it is donating the electrons, this would gain the positive charge, right? That would gain the positive charge if it is donating its lone pair of electrons. And the negative charge will be delocalization in the benzene molecule, right? Now this group is donating the electrons, and there is one more category where a group or an atom withdraws the electrons. Now this group is withdrawing the electrons from the resonating system. Now when it is withdrawing the electrons, why would this group would gain a negative charge on it? Yes, that is gaining a negative charge on it, and the positive charge is delocalizing within the ring, right? So what are the groups or atoms you can see in this category? It can be halogen, amines, nitro groups, right? Alcohol groups, cyano groups, any group other than a carbon atom, right? From this, what did we understand? Molecules which are exhibiting mesomeric effect will definitely have resonance in them. Without the resonance, there won't be any mesomeric effect, right? By this, we can understand all the molecules which are exhibiting mesomeric effect are resonating molecules. But can you say all the molecules having resonance effect would also have mesomeric effect? No, because you see a benzene, just the benzene structure here. This benzene structure is having resonance, but this molecule does not have mesomeric effect because of the absence of any group or an atom. So this has only resonance. So all the molecules which are exhibiting resonance are not exhibiting mesomeric effect, but all the molecules which have mesomeric effect are resonating molecules, right? There are two categories of groups. Either they can be donating the electrons through resonance or they can be withdrawing the electrons through resonance. So, based on this category, the groups which are involved in mesomeric effect classified into two types. They are classified into two types, plus M groups and minus M groups, right? The plus M groups are donating electrons to the system. They are donating electrons to the resonating system. And the minus M groups are withdrawing the electrons from the resonating system. Minus M groups are withdrawing the electrons from resonating system, right? We are going to see what are the groups which are coming under the plus M category and the minus M category. You can also say them as plus R and minus R, because when a molecule is having a mesomeric effect, it would have a resonance effect also. So you can also denote it with a R, right? Now the plus and minus M groups. In the previous video, when I was discussing about the flow of electrons, I have told you this particular group is withdrawing the electrons towards the oxygen atom, and this particular group is donating the electrons towards the system. Now what is the difference? So the difference is when a heteroatom is forming a pi bond, electron negativity of that atom will be higher compared to the same atom which is forming the sigma bonds, right? So this pi bond is increasing the electron negativity of oxygen atom. So when the electron negativity is increasing, it would withdraw the electrons. So this particular group is withdrawing the electrons. So this is minus M and this is plus M. So we'll see the groups which are donating and which are withdrawing the electrons. These are the plus M groups: amine, right? Alcohol, ether, etc. You can also see halogen atoms as well. Yeah. So all these heteroatoms are donating the electrons towards the resonating system, right? And coming to the minus M groups, the examples are nitro, keto or aldehyde group. Both of them have withdrawing nature. Cyano group, SO3H, etc. All these have withdrawing nature. So nitrogen has a double bond with the oxygen atom. So the electron withdrawing nature is greater. So they would withdraw the electrons from the resonating structure. You can see all these groups have pi bond with the heteroatom. So they would be withdrawing nature. So these are the plus M and minus M groups, right? So in this particular video, we have seen few examples. We have also solved the previous questions and also discussed the mesomeric effect and the groups in plus M and minus M effects, right? I would like to end this video here. In the next video, we are going to discuss the applications of mesomeric effect. And meanwhile, I have given one example as homework. Please try to solve that. In the next video, I will be giving the answer for that. Right? If you have any doubt regarding this video, you can comment down below. I would definitely answer them. And also, if you have understand my way of teaching, please hit that like button because that will motivate me to do more such lectures. And also share it with your friends and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.